I'm 23 weeks pregnant, and this week I'm craving chocolate bread. But not just any chocolate bread, double chocolate no-knead overnight bread. Yeah, that's incredible. Greetings from the night before. This bread is really easy to make, but does require a bit of time. Luckily, most of it's overnight. You only need 7 ingredients. We're going to want 405 grams of flour, 18 grams of cacao powder or 1/4 of a cup. We're gonna sift this in though because this is very clumpy. Sometimes I like to use a spatula to just get it out a little faster. Then we'll add 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of active dry yeast. Whisk well, and then form a well in the center of the bowl. Now we're adding in 1.5 cups of room temperature water. Begin to mix this well. Once the dough starts to thicken and there's still some flour left, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips and continue to mix until all the flour has been absorbed. The dough should look pretty lumpy and like kind of sticky at this point. If it's too dry, you can add more water in 1 tablespoon increments. Now we're going to cover our bowl with plastic wrap. We're gonna let this sit overnight for 12 to 18 hours. If your house is warmer, it's gonna take less time. If it's cooler, it might take a little more, but you'll know when it's ready. It's gonna be like doubled in size. It's been about 13 hours and our dough has risen a ton. As you can see, the top is super jiggly and bubbly. Now we're going to take a spatula, transfer this to a floured surface, and loosely shape the dough by pinching the bottom edges of the dough and pulling them towards the center to create some surface tension. This pinch side is going to be the bottom. We'll transfer this to parchment paper and then put this in our Dutch oven, which has been preheating in the oven for about 30 minutes. We're going to bake this covered for 30 minutes, then uncover and cook for another 18 to 20. Once the bread is done, you want to immediately remove it from the hot Dutch oven. I like to transfer it to a wire rack, and I just slide out the parchment paper from the bottom. You could see that it puffs up a lot and looks so delicious. So we're gonna let this cool a tiny bit and then slice and enjoy. Once the bread has cooled, you can slice it and admire the delicious crumb texture. I usually like to serve this with nut butter. Today I also added some mashed raspberries and a drizzle of agave. Look how delicious that looks. Yeah, that's incredible. I'm very happy with this. It was like a 12 out of 10 for me right now. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this. I'll see you next week for the next craving.